Hey guys, how are you? Today is a wonderful day for us to learn how to burn our body fat very easily, build superior aesthetics with this simple exercise called the squats. So keep watching to know the secrets about how you can use this exercise to build a better body in your journey of fitness. Guys, do you know what is the one important thing that you need to understand in order to build great aesthetics? Is that you need to have a very strong foundation. Let me give you a simple example to elaborate what I'm saying. Would you buy a flat in this building? Of course not. You understand the importance of strong foundation in order to support the whole structure. Similarly, when we work out, if we don't focus on our lower body, we actually are building a weak foundation or not focusing on building a very strong one, which is really bad if you talk about completing your fitness journey and losing fat. And you know what's the easiest way to build your lower body? Yes, that's right. Doing squats on a regular basis, because that not only improves the strength of your lower body, but it also improves the aesthetics, which really complements your upper body. Therefore, right now I'm going to show you what are the variations that you can do simply by being at home. And do you know what is the great thing about the squats? It's such a versatile exercise. It gives you so many options. So there is no excuse for not doing it. Today I'm going to show you what are the 4 variations that you can do simply sitting at home. The first variation is your bodyweight squat. To do that, it's a beginner variation. Remember that you need to start the squat with this particular exercise. For this, you need to take a little wider than shoulder width stance. Toes should be pointing a little out, and then you need to descend into a squat like this. As you descend, you will feel the stretch on your thigh and your hips, and that's where you need to focus on. And then when you come up, you will see them firing, and that's the whole purpose of doing a squat. Start with 10 repetitions. I'll show you how it looks from the side. So again, wider than shoulder width stance, back flat, and now you go down like this. I can do parallel than the floor range, but you need to do as much as you can. Don't try to stretch yourself. You will definitely improve once you get the practice in. So this was the bodyweight squat. It targets both the legs together simultaneously. And of course, each one of us has a stronger side and a weaker side. Mine is the left side, so I tend to skew towards little left. So to overcome that problem, there's the second variation that you can do as a beginner, which is the Bulgarian split squat. For that, because it targets each and every side individually, what you need to do is you need to find a furniture at home which is steady. You need to keep your one leg there, and the leg that you're working out on right now is the leg which is there on the floor. Again, just like a squat, it's called a split squat. You need to go down. You will feel the stretch in your quad and your hips, and then you come up, and as you come up, they will fire. Here you get the benefit of working each side individually, and you get the right symmetry and strength on both the sides. You can start with 5 repetitions to begin with. If you want to take your practice to the next level, you need to do the sumo squats. Why it's more advanced? Because it needs a lot of stability and mobility in your hip. So until unless you have achieved that through the bodyweight squat, I would not recommend it to going into it directly. The way you do it is little wider than shoulder width stance, toes pointing a little more out, and then you descend into a squat. The way you did for the body weight is just that here it's wider. You'll be challenging your hips. You'll feel the stretch in your quad and your glutes, but then the whole purpose of doing the squat is to contract them. And you contract them when you come up. And you can do the next repetitions like this and then come up. I'll show you how it is done from the side. Again, wider than shoulder width stance, toes pointing out, and then you go down into the squat as much as possible and then come up. It's a great variation for you to do. Again, there is an advanced version of the unilateral exercise, which is each side working in conjunction with the other, or rather individually and not in conjunction with the other. So for that, what you do is, it's called the pistol squat. You find a furniture which is comfortable for you at a height. You then sit down on it. So here I'm going to use this chair to do that. And once you're ready for the rep, you take your one leg up and then you come up. Again, you go down, repeat the same thing again, and then you come up. That's the way you do the pistol squat. And if you want to have a little more advanced version of the pistol squat, what you can do is you can lower the level at which you're sitting and sit down like this. And then when you're coming up, the process is the same. It's like this. So the first variation that you can do of squats in the gym is known as the back squats. To do the back squats, you need to keep the bar on your traps and you need to sit down in a squat as much as possible and then come up. The second variation that you can do in the gym is known as the front squat. Here you simply keep the bar in a rack position in the front and then you go down into a squat and then come up. The third variation is known as the overhead squats. Here the bar will be overhead. You'll be getting into a shoulder press, take the bar up and then sit down in a squat and then come up. The last variation is known as the goblet squats. Here you can take a dumbbell in front of you, get into a squat, sit down and then stand up. So the key muscles that are targeted when you do a squat are your quadriceps, which is the front of your thigh, the glutes, which is the back of your hip, and the core, which is the front side of your torso. So to understand the quadricep muscle, we need to understand that the quad word means comprising of 4 things. So here the quadricep muscles is comprising of 4 muscles. Imagine your body is divided into the left and the right hand side. The middlemost muscle that we see is known as the vastus medialis, and the word medialis stands for something that is the middlemost muscle. And now we come to the outermost side of the thigh, which is the vastus lateralis. Lateralis means the outermost muscle of your thigh, and hence it's given the name vastus lateralis. Then we come in the middle, which is the rectus femoris. It's the muscle that runs from the top straight down into the knee. And then we have the intermediate, which is a little deeper, more muscle into the quadricep. All these muscles start from the front of the hip and they insert into the knee, helping you extend it. The other muscles that are involved when you do a squat are your gluteus maximus, which is the muscle behind your hip region, crosses across your hip region, and second is the core muscles that you have in the front of your belly. These muscles get fired up whenever you extend your torso and come up in a squat. So guys, I hope I have explained you the importance of squats, why building your lower body is so important, because it builds a great foundation and complements your upper body too. So next time when you work out and do your squat, don't forget to tag me or ask any question that you would want. I'll be more than happy to help you out.